So now we're going to go over the technological advances in esports and how they impact families, kids, and adults at home. So the technological innovations have been incredible in helping a lot of the families at home understand pretty much what is going on in the industry today. Again, today we see a lot of the gaming is accessible in many ways, either playing on your consoles, your computer, or your mobile phones. It gives everybody the opportunity, no matter what age you are. A lot of these people who are playing, they might be in a specific age group of a lot of the younger generations, but it doesn't stop people, let's say in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even playing this game. And it's a lot easier for a lot of these families to get involved and support their children's playing. So for me, as an example, um, my family, they come from a different country. They come from Honduras, and for them, they don't really know what the whole gaming world is or the whole gaming industry is. So it's hard for me to explain it to them. But what I try to do is I try to get them involved. I try to get them to maybe play with me or just observe me playing. I had bought a virtual reality system, and I put them into that world. I put them in that realm, and I put them into a game that they would play, and they loved it, but it was something weird for them. It was something completely different than what they're normally used to. So for me to just kind of get them involved by playing, it helps them understand pretty much what we're doing. As as the younger generation, they don't really understand what we're doing when it comes to the whole gaming industry. And then on top of that, with the help of a lot of school programs and online videos, parents and other adults can kind of learn more about what this whole industry is about, and it just gives them, you know, a whole overview of what this industry is and the opportunities within the gaming community. Because they're everywhere. They're wherever you want to go. If you want to go to a college, you want to play for a high school program, the opportunities are there. Or even if you want to take your efforts on a professional level, you have the help of these schools, of these programs, online videos, and just social media as well.
The technological thing, it's hopefully something that is even really showing the fact that we're being able to present to you right now in a very digital, technical way. As far as trying to give you some insight and some information about esports and the innovation into some of the gameplay, where you can see that this could also translate into a bigger aspect, and esports can really be used as an educational tool and not so much just video gaming. So the technological innovations continue to grow, as we can clearly see.
Do we want to stop there?
Oh well, we can go. We'll go into the because this is the game safety monitor, so this is kind of like the last thing. So we could
Okay.
uh finish it off
Yeah.
with some of this, and then we can just say thank you. And then, like I said, I'll go back, do my videos, edit it, send it over to you once it's all chopped and screwed, so you can kind of review it.
Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. So if we want to do another, or if we want to do another countdown, we can do that. And do you want to present this part? Do you want to start it
Yeah,
off, or
I'll start this off.
okay?
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Whenever you're ready.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we definitely spoke about the technological innovations, but let's talk about some stuff that really matters. Let's talk about game safety and parental controls and playing games and how to monitor them. So, parental control settings for a child account. Many of the systems, computer systems that you use, have different types of parental controls that will allow you to control the content you want for your student or child to see. You also have features where you can limit the screen time. You can set passwords for utilization of purchases. There are purchases in some of these games that are connected maybe to your account, that while playing the game, uh, your child or a student could accidentally make purchases. So you are able to put passwords on them. These settings are also, whoa,
What happened?
I don't know. Did it happen on, did you see my screen?
Yeah, it just exited
Yeah, yeah,
presentation
yeah.
mode.
Yeah, it just crapped out. All right, hold on.
Uh,
Let me
what
go back.
happened?
Let me go back.
I was just like, hello, what happened?
Yeah, yeah. I was flowing, and then it just kapang, kapow. I'm like, where did it go? Um,
I think go back one more slide
yeah, I might have to
or
do
just
the.
start it over.
Yeah, I might have to start it over.
Okay.
All right, all right. And I'm still recording, so I'll know it. Okay. Five, four, three, two, one. All right. So the technical innovations in esports, Fernando did a great job of clearly explaining that to you. But let's talk about something that really might have been in the back of your mind that you've been thinking about as a parent, as a school administrator. Game safety, parental controls, and playing games and how to monitor them. So this next slide, we're going to go over some things that can be done. Now, with parental control settings and a child account, many of the platforms that are used when playing video games do have different parental control settings. The parental control settings we're going to speak about specifically right now are the ones that deal with the Xbox, which is made by Microsoft. So you have control of content that you want your student or child to see. So you are able to set this up within the system. You're also able to limit the screen time. You have the ability to set up passwords for authorized purchases. In some of these games, they have in content purchases that can accidentally be purchased or can be purchased on purpose. So by setting up a password alleviates that from happening while in game play, while you have different students or different childs accessing the same particular game. There's also settings that you can control, and this is on your account.microsoft.com/family settings is one of the ways you can get into the system to kind of set up some of these parental controls. Another thing that Xbox has done is the communication on Xbox Live, where you must log into the console as an admin, where you can adjust the interaction as far as who can speak on the live platform and interact with your student or your child when they are on the wide world, excuse me, the World Wide Web. Fernando, is there anything in particular that you may want to add to this particular setting before we go to the next slide?
Not necessarily. I think this covers a lot of it. It just goes to show you that there is safe ways of your child or student playing on these consoles. A lot of these companies have also prepared for that because they know that, let's say screen time can be abused by somebody, but if you limit that, it helps alleviate all those issues that you might run into.
Awesome, awesome. So we're going to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
So the next slide, we're going to talk about online multiplayer and key features. Online multiplayer, as you have already know, with some of the games, they are able to be in online communities, which means there are other people who may be playing these games. So the first one to talk about is most of the features you want to look for on the Xbox is you hit the Xbox button, which is the circular button in the middle, and it'll bring up the different settings that will help you to navigate with your online multiplayer and key features with these settings. Again, a lot of other platforms do have this where you can limit the multi online player. This is specifically, again, speaking to Microsoft and the Xbox. We also want to look out for unusual gameplay from the game you're playing, and you can send feedback. So if you happen to be in a game, there's also systems where you can report people who may not be using the games correctly, some of the features, or they're lagging, or they're cheating in the game. You are able to report them directly to some of the manufacturers of the game who are actively working on making sure that these are safe playing environments for all players. You can mute players. You can mute players who are being disruptive in the game. If you have other kids and you're trying to play, you on your end of your console are able to mute them to block out any of the noise if they're trying to distract you from gameplay or any negativity that may be coming in through the system while in an online multiplayer platform. The last, again, is you can look for the report feature in game, as I kind of mentioned before, where this speaks of you can get feedback and they can act to ban cheaters. So there is real consequences for individuals who abuse the online community, which maybe some parents are not aware of. But when you are a gamer, you are very much aware of the consequences that come to being disruptive in the online community, using foul language or cheating or making other players' gameplay not user friendly. The software manufacturers do take this very seriously and have a lot of things in play, which we can go into at a later date. Fernando, anything you'd like to say on this?
Yeah, I think a lot of these companies are very good in the way that they handle these types of actions. It helps you as a player, and just as a parent, knowing that your child um, can play safely and not have to worry about other people online, again, cheating, abusing, or say using foul language. It helps a lot of people. I know I've been through experiences of it where, if somebody's being disruptive or if they're using foul language, you simply mute them and you're good to continue playing the game that you enjoy without having to worry about any of these online effects.
Okay. So, with that being said, we are going to get into our final slide. And the final slide is thank you. We want to thank you so very much for taking your time and bearing with us through this esports introductory and Rocket League webinar. Hopefully, you were able to get some information regarding esports in Rocket League. And if you have further questions or there's any further information or would like to see more in depth videos on these topics, we would be more than welcome to do so. And before I finish, I want to give the platform over to you, Fernando, to say your last words.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for listening to us. And again, as Dennis said, any more information you might need, or if you want to learn about anything in particular around the esports industry, you could always feel free to contact us through our many, many routes, such as social medias, our website. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
All right, everyone, enjoy. Have a blessed day. This is Dennis from the Long Island Gaming League, and you just watched Intro to Esports and Rocket League webinar.
Alrighty. Awesome.